You know, you should try. See how far you can go. See what you can do in this life. Because the world is full of possibilities, so many cool places you can go and you can see. You just need your legs, a dream in your heart, a pinch of courage maybe, and you go and you run.
Right, everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Road to Dublin with our great friend Paddy Browne. Paddy, the Viking Dipper, aka. So, how are you?
I'm great, and we've got loads to talk about anyway, Damien.
Got loads to talk about. You've obviously been, look, for people, we've been on a few weeks ago and we then decided, right, let's throw this at you. How about we take you to Dublin? And we're going to bring a few things on the way with us as well. Because, look, thankfully, Paddy, and you're going to get the benefits of this as well. This episode is sponsored by Ultimate Performance Threads, all right? And we are going to get up to Paddy. It's gorgeous, right? They look small, Paddy, don't they? They look tiny.
They do, yeah, they're tiny.
But these are the most essential race kit there you're going to get, all right?
Okay,
Race magnets.
tell me more.
Magnets, all right? So no more pinning your jersey or singlet, to the number. These will now stop any of that. And these are my go-to for the odd races that I do. Incredible. So we're going to get a set of these set up to you as well. All right.
Oh my God. They're genius.
They are actually incredible. So in fairness to the lads, all right. Ultimate
I'm
Performance.
delighted with that. That is so cool. And I hate messing about with the pins and stuff.
Pins, pinhole, rusted ones and everything, ruining your top. Do you know what I mean? Like the race gear is expensive enough.
That's genius. I'm really excited actually about that. That's a good start to the
also
episode
then
1
we're
already.
going to send you up a sports balm that they do as well, which is really good. So that's going to be used before your long runs, which will help, make it a little bit easier and help with the bones. At our age,
I need everything I can get, Damien. I need everything to do this marathon.
So a massive thank you to Ultimate Performance. And look, again, they're with us for a few episodes here now. So we will definitely be, talking about them, Paddy, and I'll be interested to see, because you actually, honestly, you have never seen these before. So this is going to be interesting for you to see how much you actually think these are a game changer. I mean it. I genuinely mean it. These are a game changer.
I keep all my numbers, so I might go out with a training run because I can't wait to the next race. I'll want to see what they're like, Damien, right away. So I'll have them bad boys. I'll be doing my run, and people will be looking at me going, what
race is going on? I never knew there's a race today. But look, Paddy, we're obviously here to talk about your journey, okay? And you started a couple of weeks ago, which, your first week you nailed into us, which I have here, which you done a 30-minute run, 40-minute run, and then you did a 10K nice and easy. So the first week, cast your minds back now, which is about 3 weeks ago. How was the first week for you?
Right. That was, first of all, it was brilliant to have you guys come on board and help me, to get through this marathon and do it. And the first week now, you decided to start me on my holidays. So thank you very much. I was in Barcelona, and he's smiling away, and went out and done the 30 minutes, and we took that real handy because we didn't get out as early as we liked. But again, we done the 30 minutes, and it was warm. Yeah. I mean, a bit too warm even. Done the 40 minutes then, went a wee bit earlier. Still really warm, David. Still really warm. Hey, anyone who it made me think immediately. People that are travel to do these big runs abroad and things like how different it is to running at home for a start. But we got that done, and then came the test, the long run, the 10K. And sure didn't I nearly die after that?
Quite literally, but I have a bone to pick with you first of all, all right? Yeah. So
all right.
Your first run with us, which was a 30-minute run. 30-minute run, Paddy. Just down the plan, right in black and white.
Yeah.
And what do we run?
Did we run 29?
Yeah, 29:53. Where was that other 7 seconds?
That was just in pure spite of each.
Yeah, that's 7 seconds. This is a difference that makes.
Now hold on a second, David. Did I not make it up to you?
You made it up. You made 11 up the next day, so you were 4 in the good way of it, in the goodwill. But the 10K, obviously, look, and I know it wasn't ideal probably to start in the first week of it in training, but look, you have to start somewhere.
Yes.
And then you got to 10K done. We saw the video of it. on Paddy's you on Instagram, and you had to stop and get water, which is no problems, because it
I
is
had to.
absolutely roasting in these things. Then Sundays where it kind of started to turn a little bit straight away for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I had a horrific experience in the airport. You see, we checked out the next day and we were traveling home at 10:30 at night. And I was sitting and I wasn't feeling well. And my wife says, just look at your watch there for a second. And I looked at it. Damien, I never seen it as low. All the stats where the HRB was 1. I was just never ever seen like that before. And I was getting a fever, I was sweating. And as it went on, the wait in the airport, I was like even telling my son to run into the shop to see if there was little jumpers, or souvenir jumpers to buy. It was that cold, and all I could think was, how am I going to get onto the plane? And not only that, get the wee bus after and get to the car, and then drive the whole way from Dublin to Donegal in the middle of the night, because we were landing into Dublin at about 1:30, 2:00 in the morning, and before I couldn't even lift the suitcase by the time we got to the airport. I could barely walk. My legs and joints all stiffened up, and I was in bed, I think, for 36 hours, Damien. And I was a bit dramatic, but I rang my work and all. I was like, I think I'll not be in for the next 2 weeks. I think I'm done here. I was in bed worrying, like all I could think about was the Akal half marathon.
Yeah.
Me lying half dying, and my only thoughts were, I'm not going to be able to do this half marathon that I'm dying to do.
And that's I remember messaging, and you were literally like, I have the half marathon, I have to be right for it. And could I had a conversation like, well, if you're not right, you're not right. Simple as that.
Yeah, I know, but I just am so determined, and I just love it, even though, I don't know, it's a funny relationship you have with running. Like 1 minute you're dreading going out, and then when you're out and you've done it, you feel great. But after the 36 hours, I started to feel a little bit better, started to come around to myself, and then I got 13K done that Sunday.
And before anyone asks the reason we have had a conversation, what we think it was actually think it was heat stroke. It wasn't from you walking around all day Sunday. I think it was, you said you weren't even wearing a hat. You just I think the last day of your holidays you just forget everything that you've done previously.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's the last day. The sun's not going to destroy me here today. I was walking about, not thinking, and foolishly. Probably didn't apply as much cream as I should have, and it just all took its toll.
And we had a chat, and again, this just shows how stupid runners can be. The first thought in your head is like, I need to try to get out for a run again. I need to get out for a run. And it's like, no, you don't. You went out when you felt better, and we had a conversation. I was like, you literally have to talk to me before you go out, because we need to make sure you are right for this. And you were, and you went out and you got your run then on the Sunday, wasn't it?
Yes. I wanted to get something done because I knew I had the half marathon the following week.
Yeah.
And I just thought, we'll get out and we'll get a wee bit done. So I went out with my brother-in-law and his wife, and we got 13K done. And I was delighted. Actually, there was such a relief. I was like, oh my God, I'm running again.
Yeah. And as I said, it's like, it gives you the confidence that, all right, I can do this now all of a sudden again. Do that kind of way, which is what you need, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you do. Like, it's just, people don't realize. I never worried about injuries before and all, and now I'm just so scared because I don't want something that I love, my new love, to be taken away from me.
Yeah.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy this thing that I have now. It gets me out of the house.
And it's again, like, when running is taken away from you, which it was for a few days, you want it more. It's like, if it's your decision not to run, that's a different thing. But when it's taken away from you and you can't run, that's when it becomes a different situation.
100%.
So then obviously, look, we come to the week of the half marathon. All right. So first of all, we come to the half marathon in a minute, which was an absolutely glorious day for you, obviously, of course.
Oh
my
God, David,
beautiful for it.
Will you stop?
Yeah. But look, again, we didn't want to jump straight back into it too much, so we just kind of we came back into it a little bit easy, so just went out for a kind of a 4K run. Again, it's gas to look at your runs this week with the weather, because we were all lovely weather all week in Cork, and I think Dublin and all that, and yourself, you would trench of rain for a lot of it.
Yeah, but I went out and got that. You know what? I got that at half time. There's a watch. I can't remember what game I was watching, but whatever day it was, I went out at half time, and I didn't want to go out. I was sitting in my cozy clothes. I had a cup of tea and a biscuit. The football was on, Damien. But this is where you come in, and this is what I think is what people need, whenever they need that motivation and they need that, consistency. And I said, right, I'm signed up to this. I'm doing it. So I got the wet gear or the wet top on, and I got up to the top of the road and I done 20 minutes, maybe 24 minutes, but I was just done. I just wanted to get done and back, and I did it, and I felt great after getting that done. And I needed that too as well before I went into the big one.
The big one, which of course was the Akal half marathon.
Yes.
Which, brilliant, by the way. Congratulations on completing it. So,
thanks very much.
First of all, but like conditions, and I know this from one of the lads who ran the 10K in it, and like Donald Coakley, who actually won the 10K in it, and the conditions were absolutely horrific.
Yeah. Let me just say, right, when I booked this half marathon, I like to go out and video my runs and stuff, Damien, and just, have a bit of crack. And when I booked this, I thought, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be a great weekend. I'll get so much beautiful footage. Oh, the scenery, the blue skies, Keel Beach, go for a sauna and all that. I just thought this is going to be, I don't care. I know it's supposed to be a really tough half. I'm just going to enjoy it and take in the views and all that. Well, sorry, can I say that back?
Go on. Yeah.
So I will get one. I might as well have been running around my backyard. It was beautiful. I did see some beaches, but it was atrocious weather. I mean, I was just saturated.
Yeah.
And my nipples are gone. I think I have to go to Turkey to get a new set. They're absolutely gone. I forgot all these tricks of putting plasters, or is it Vaseline? I don't know, Damien, maybe you can...
I'll get you sent up again. Look, and this is again, we're going to get you sent up some nip guards, okay? They'll be the best thing that you'll have, all right?
Really?
Yeah.
Nip guards?
There's nip guards, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you don't even need to shave. You just need to pop them on and off you go.
Running's come a long way, Damien.
Yeah, 100%. Now we've nip guards.
Wow. Huh? But yeah, the half marathon itself, Damien, was very, fair play to everybody who came out and everyone who was involved. And it just felt like it was like just a gradual uphill for most of it. But once I remember locking this in at the 15K mark, it was just hell. It was just, there was a good and like a bit of good. There's a couple of steep hills, or felt really steep, and pulled up on my hip a wee bit. Got a bit of stiffness.
Yeah.
But I still managed to get my second fastest half marathon, which I was delighted with, Damien.
And your second fastest 10-miler within that half marathon as well.
That's right.
So like it just goes to show. I know you came off the illness and stuff like that, but you can still go out and do it. And to be fair to you, right, your first kilometre, if we're going to be your first kilometre, we probably went out a little excited, which we do anyway. But, when it got hard, as you said, around the 15K mark and stuff like that, you literally jumped back. You still kept going. You still put one foot in front of the other, which is all you can do.
Yes, that's it. And I remember that first K, there was a fella there that is a real good runner. And we were chatting to him a wee while. And after then, he took off. We were like, oh, God, Column's headed on the road.
Thanks for the God.
I was very conscious of that. I didn't like that we were starting off that fast. I kept looking at my watch too and thinking, we have a long way to go here, Murray. I was doing it with a friend.
Yeah, and that's it. Look, we'll have this conversation in the future, I think, because pacing is such an important thing. And we all can get caught up in this, the race environment in a lot of the times. And what doesn't seem like much can have a big effect later on in the road. But again, there was no issues with it. Look, I think you did a brilliant second, as you said, fastest half marathon off coming off an illness and everything like that. So it stays good for the next, for the next training block and everything like that with it.
And Damien, let me add to that. I was really actually happy then, because I thought in my head, I could have done like a sub 2. I was like, in my head, I was like, I could have done this if I didn't, have that wee setback like I was on, for it. I had like completely different feelings from that half to the Strabane half, where at the Strabane half I was like buzzing and all. I was trying to go as hard, and that one I was just like, look, this is just the way it goes sometimes. But anyway, I was delighted to get finished, and I had a lovely time in Akal.
Excellent. Look, and again, it's good. It's a good place now to go. but you're training for next week. You still actually don't know this, so we're going to break the news to you now.
You're going to take it handy on me, aren't you?
We're going to go
half there.
Very easy on you, and I think
That's good.
This is too easy for you. So we're going to start off right with just a nice and easy kind of 30 odd minutes, whatever. You'll go out and spin the legs on the Tuesday.
Lovely.
Thursday, we're going to go around the 40 minutes. I think you have is there 5k fun run or 5k race on?
There's a charity one on, so I'm going to try and get to that.
Yeah, so we can work that 40 minutes around that. Absolutely ideal. Yeah. Nice and easy.
No problem.
So then we're going to go Sunday, which is going to be nice and relaxed. No, like we're going to go way back. We're coming way back off our half marathon, Paddy. You're going to find this. You're going to find this extremely easy. We're going 16k. 16k.
16k.
1-6.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait there, what? That's like a 10 miler or something, isn't it?
It's 16k, Paddy. Come on, no, like we don't do miles here no anymore. 16k.
No.
But
that's nearly a half marathon.
It's not.
Again.
It's not nearly a half marathon. Half marathon is a long, long way. You're coming way back off it. No, again, and people may ask, why are you going to 16k? And the reason straight off is, one, it's going to feel so much shorter than because you did a half marathon last week. It's going to feel way shorter. This is not about speed. It's just about getting out time on your legs. You know, you're well able to do a 16k. What we need to do is get you mentally prepared to go out and do a 16k, which is the biggest thing, I think, for you at the moment. You're not used to doing this. No. And I know we could go back and say, look, go on, Paddy, go and do 10k again. But then we're going to have to hit 16k at some stage. And at some stage, it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks down the road. And
heart rate's gone up.
Yeah, I know. It'll go up again on Sunday, don't worry. But like,
Jesus.
Cork Dublin Marathon is not a million miles away.
No, it's not.
The more we can get used to these 16 to 20 to 20 odd kilometer runs, the better. There's going to be a time where we're going to change this to time, and it's not going to be about distance. So I'm going to say to go for 3 hours. I'm going to go to for, you know. So it's not about distance, because it gets to the stage where, you know, the distance could take you a lot longer than what we want you out on your feet. So there will be that side to it as well. So I honestly, full-heartedly believe, and totally you will do, and I guarantee you, when I talk to you on Sunday evening, you're going to go, that actually was a lot easier than I thought.
Yeah, okay. I hope.
But then, just to let you know, and like I'm not going to give away too much, we will mention on Sunday's podcast what your next week's training will be. But there will be a speed session included in your sessions next week for the first time. Okay.
I've never done a speed session before.
Well, you're now going to start. Okay.
This is brilliant.
So, and again, just for people, all right, we're not, when we're doing this with Paddy's not going to be going out and ripping out K repeats and everything like that. You're going to be starting off with a minute of a pickup and a minute easy and a minute of a pickup. You know, it's going to be gradually building you into these things. Again, as you just said, you've never done this before. Yeah. So it's something that you kind of will just build into slowly for it. And I can tell you this much, and I will genuinely mean this. The speed sessions will become one of your favorite sessions, because it makes what was your 30-minute or 40-minute run, which is just continuously of the same pace, it makes it a bit more exciting. You know,
cool, man.
That time, that 40 minutes doesn't go much bigger ever. You know, it stays on, but you have the speed in the middle of it, so it just makes it a bit more exciting. And, you know, so that's the one thing with these sessions when you're doing them. They're never going to be massive volume. But what it does, it gets you used to running then at a faster pace, so that when you are running easier, it feels so much better.
Oh, yes.
With it.
Yes.
So that's the idea behind it. And again, look, we're going to go week by week, and that's the reason why we do week by week, because of what happened with yourself, you know, with the heat stroke and things like that. And then when you have to readjust and move on and that stuff. But, and again, something might pop up on Saturday and Sunday, we might have to readjust to 16k, and so be it. But, Paddy, I can wholeheartedly say you are well able for it.
Yeah, well, here, look, I'll be going out on Sunday and I'll be giving it, I'll do it. I mean, I'm going to do it. I'll get up and do it,
Well, if you don't, you'll have me to listen to, and you
I do not want to listen to you, David.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so
I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done.
So, look, it's been, and this is what I love, and this is exactly why we wanted to do this, Paddy. It's been already 3 weeks into it, and it's been a journey already, because you've had illnesses straight away. You've bumps in the road already. And this just goes to show that a marathon block is never easy, and there's going to be obstacles, and it could come very early, which it has for you, or come later in it.
I just felt like, and I was so happy when I got into, you know, my was starting at my 30. That first week, I felt like got me runs in. It was great. And then I just like, within 24 hours, I had the stuffing knocked out of me, and I felt like I came off the rails, and I'm just trying to get back into consistency now again. And I still not really consistent yet.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
and that's not what we need to build. And that's what. And again, there has been, and then I use the word excuses because they're not, as in there's not excuses. You have actually been sick, and so you've had genuine reasons to be not consistent. So now, hopefully, all is right, and we can get out. We can get to 3, and hopefully to 4 days, and build on that. And then all of a sudden, you have a lovely block together, and things are becoming a lot stronger then for you. And that's it.
100%. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I mean, I am like, I was shocked at the 16K.
Yeah.
But now that I've kind of digested it a wee bit, calmed down, I'm like, that's what I need.
Yeah.
I need to be told. I need to go out and do it, because there's no way I would have, if I was doing this by myself. Damien, would I be like, I'm going to do 16K today? I would have probably done, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, again, you could easily do 10 or 11. There's no fear there. But, we need to. I know for a fact, and your half marathon just proved it, you can run these distances. But for you, Paddy, and I think this is going to be along the way, we need to actually get your head around the fact of this as well, that you can do this.
Yeah.
Because you're coming from, where you're learning and you're getting used to it. So we need to get you that you can actually do it. And I think that will be something we will definitely be working on throughout this series as well, of getting your head to a position to know that you actually can do these distances.
Yes. And see, this distance that for Sunday, this will be the longest distance I've ever ran outside of a race day.
Yeah.
I've never went like up to 16K before. I've always, I've built myself up because it's a race day, or something. I'm like, okay, it's a race day with the people. So this is going to be a real big, something new to me, just to be out there on the road.
And it's going to be an achievement. Yeah. For you.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
And also you can listen to Andy and Brian there with this week's Runners Dairy podcast as well, and then you can get that, pass away the time for you as well on it.
I had so much catching up to do there. I'm not getting into too much, but I loved the Kira Mooney one.
Yeah, very good.
Thought it was very good. It's very educational. And then I was listening to everything about the Cork Marathon and the all that carry on, and that was very highly entertaining and interesting. And now I've started the new one about the like having the men's club and stuff and all. And every week it's just really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it.
Before we finish, Paddy, obviously you're doing the Dublin Marathon for a very important reason. Do you want to let everybody know? Do you want to let everybody know what it is? I'm
running with Movember for men's health. As we know, there's a lot of male suicides, a lot of things like men dying of cancer, prostate cancer, not checking ourselves, in the shower. Anyone who's listening, like, it takes a couple of seconds just to give your balls, a little fucking massage around and check for lumps, because we're all fathers at the end of the day, and we have kids and things like that, and we want to be around for as long as we can, Damien. And a simple thing like that, or give like your episode there, the last episode, giving someone a shout, calling them, asking them how they are, it's also important. So at the end of the day, I'm running for our fathers, our sons, and our brothers, and it's a charity very close to my heart. And just here on the pod, as kind of an exclusive, I've just become the Irish ambassador for Movember, which I'm really, really proud of. And in the same week, I became a Hall of Famer for Movember. So I'm definitely going to give this marathon everything I have with your help, folks.
And we have no doubt we will. And look, I have the link in the notes down below for anyone who can help out Paddy raise as much money as he possibly can. We'll also have it on our weekly podcast as well, notes as well. So people head over to there. But Paddy, look, it's going to be a good journey. It's going to be an exciting journey. Hopefully, the speed bump has been crossed over, and we're now on that straight road right through the dual carriageway all the way to Dublin.
We're back on the horse.
We're back on the horse. But Paddy, look, best luck this week. I look forward to seeing your episodes on Instagram. So make sure you head over to the Bike and Dipper if you want to keep a progress, because his videos are brilliant. In fairness to him, he's very good with the old camera. He's very shy sometimes with it,
Yeah.
But no, look, I'm looking forward to it. And just to keep in mind and keep saying this here, I am able to do this.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys, and all the support. Really, really appreciate it.
Paddy, we'll talk to you very shortly.
Good luck.